This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of geoDefense Swarm, which is available in the marketplace for $2.99 and is an Xbox Live game title. So this is one of the funnest games I've played in a long time. It's absolutely spectacular. If you like tower defense games, you'll definitely like this game. And even if you don't like tower defense games, you'll probably find yourself liking it. I'm personally not a huge fan of tower defense, but I absolutely love this game. I don't even know why. The developers just did a great job, and the gameplay is fantastic, and it's a complete blast to play, and it's really challenging and interesting. It uses some logic, some skill. It's really overall just fabulous. So what you do in this game, you actually can create your own paths by placing towers in order to force the enemy to go the route that you want them to go. And there's a big variety of towers. You can also do tower upgrades by just clicking tower and upgrading them. And there's towers that have lasers, and each one has different talents and can be used differently. And you have to use a combination of them all if you want to beat the game. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing, because if you don't use the right towers, the game actually becomes pretty tough and you're not going to make it through all the rounds. So each level has a different number of rounds up there, and they can be seen up there. And right now I'm on round 3, and then another swarm of enemies is going to come in soon. I can just tap that if I want to rush them and bring them in instantly. And placing towers is really simple. The controls are excellent in the game. Really simple, drag and drop, and let's see, we could probably just place that up there. And it also does make sure that you don't actually close off the path completely. That's impossible, so shows up there. And the enemies will instantly just take the route that's the shortest overall. And as you can see here, some of them are getting through, and I have to start working pretty fast to make sure that doesn't happen. So at the beginning, of course, starts off easier, and there's 3 different whole sets of levels: easy, medium, and hard. And medium becomes really difficult quickly. I've only been able to beat 1 level in the medium set so far, and I've been working on it for a while. I've spent an hour just working on 3 levels. So you'll get a lot of lasting value out of this game. It's really fun, challenging, and even though it is challenging, it doesn't feel overly frustrating. It's a really satisfying game, and the visuals are really beautiful too, and the sound effects are good with it. It doesn't have music, but the sound effects work well, and you don't really need the music because it actually makes you concentrate quite well, and you have to actually focus on what you're doing in order to make sure that you don't lose the game. So maybe we can place something here and there. So basically this is the entire game, and there's also a bunch of other different elements that they added, like those blocks that speed up the game, or they speed up the enemies. And, oh crap, I should put that there. And there's also those purple blocks with the pluses. Those actually regenerate the enemy's health, so you have to consider all these different elements too when playing the game. And those are all brand new elements, and they weren't in the original geoDefense. That one was just simply a fixed path. So this freeform path, it's quite a bit different, and at first you might not like it as much, but I recommend you should really try it out, and you might find yourself liking it even a lot more. And here I'm about to get killed because I'm going to run out of lives here. So the game is definitely challenging, it's fun, there's a bunch of different levels that you can play through there. And you'll get probably like 5 hours lasting value, or probably more, because I'm sure the hard levels are nearly impossible. And you also have online leaderboards where you can compete with your friends and try to get the highest scores on levels. Those aren't too interesting though. And you have achievements, which can be pretty fun to play through. Like, some of them are for leveling up some of the towers all the way up to their max level, and some of them are for killing an enemy right near a close call, right near your exit. And another really cool thing about the game is when you're playing, there's a cool multiplier system that multiplies your score if you let the enemies get close to the exit. So it actually entices you to let them get near there, and then makes the game quite a bit more interesting. So if we position a bunch of towers here, we might get a multiplier of ×2 or ×5 as they go by here. Let's see. Nope, those are all ×1, so we'd actually have to kill them a little closer. So that really does entice you to keep the game even more interesting and let the enemies get closer to danger as possible. So overall, the game is really fantastic, really well designed, beautiful visuals, excellent gameplay, excellent lasting value, and I highly recommend you check out geoDefense Swarm in the marketplace for $2.99.